This is Wretched Radio with Todd Friel.
Okay, Christian women, stop embezzling money. Stop it, stop it, stop it. This is Wretched Radio. Perhaps you're a Christian woman and you think, why are you telling me to stop something that I'm not doing? But if I insisted, stop embezzling money, accusing all Christian women everywhere of embezzling money, I suspect, and frankly I would hope, women would be a bit offended. And so it is with an issue that is bubbling, simmering. It is brewing right now. And it is not my favorite subject. Nevertheless, here's where we are. That we are in an era where we are seeing more racial tension, more tension between men and women. Some of it with the hashtag #MeToo movement, good. Some of it very not so good. Nevertheless, we're seeing all kinds of disagreements on issues of gender, race, the relationship between men and women, equality, and it's not outside of the church. It is inside of the church. Headline, SBC, that would be your Southern Baptist Convention, says women are not barred from the presidency of the Southern Baptist Convention. Well, I'll call it a denomination. It's a convention. Pastor Dwight McKissick suggests Beth Moore as the president. Now, that would have never come up 5 years ago. It's coming up now. And to a degree, it's like, okay, fine, let's talk about it because the SBC is not a church, but that doesn't mean that the SBC is not a spiritual entity. And it doesn't mean that there isn't leadership involved with the presidency, even though people are saying, well, it's mostly just, it's like the royalty in Great Britain. It's a figurehead position. Well, okay, then why do we have it? There must be something, some sort of an authority that goes with it. There has to be some sort of a leadership role. Otherwise, just name the person the chief cheerleader. And then, fine, the chief marketer. But president? The issue is going to be at least brought to the floor, I'm sure, of the Southern Baptist Convention. Let's listen to the details in the argument, shall we? The Southern Baptist Convention said Thursday that apart from being a member of a church adhering to denominational standards, there's no barrier to a woman becoming the face of America's largest Protestant denomination. Now, this is from the Vice President for Convention Communications and Relations, Roger Oldham. Hope I said that right, sir. Other than being a member of a church that cooperates with the Southern Baptist Convention, I'm aware of no SBC constitution or bylaw statement that would prohibit the election of a woman at SBC president. Now, this issue, let's debate it. That's fine. Not an issue. I think it's very clear in the church, although apparently to many it's not, but I think it's clear in the church. What about this organism called the SBC? Would a woman in that leadership role, because I think we would all agree, that a woman can be a boss in a business, manager at a shop, whatever, fine. But when it comes to a spiritual entity like the church, the Bible says that's not her role. It's man's role. This is her role. God has already determined all of this for us. We don't need to debate it. There it is. But what about the SBC? Fine, have that debate. But here's the problem. This, to me, now, this is a bit of speculation on my part. I grant you that, so take this for what it's worth. There's a pretty sizable movement. Jen Wilkins, she's from Matt Chandler's church, Beth Moore, making claims that we really need to see women involved more in church. We need to see this male-dominated structure revisited. Okay, again, what we see is a critique. And then from Beth Moore, what we hear is we've got to change things because basically her broad sweeping statements that all men are sexist, misogynist pigs, I find very offensive, just like any woman should, being accused of being an embezzler. She's accusing us of being misogynistic. So there's a big problem. There's a big problem in the SBC. There's a big problem there. All of you Christians, it's not just SBC. She was shooting at all male Christians. This is just a systemic, have we heard that word before? A systemic problem inside of the Christian church. Even, she said, in conservative circles. Beth really doesn't run in conservative circles. She runs in seeker-sensitive circles. She can run in a lot of Southern Baptist circles, but she ain't running in conservative circles. So these conservative men she's been accusing of being sexist throughout her years of doing what she does, was going to call it ministry, doing what she does, she just laid it on heavy with an open letter. You're all sexist. We got to change this. Now, Jen Wilkins saying, hey, look, I'm not saying that women should become elders. I'm just saying that women should be involved in more leadership roles at church. Okay. What does that mean? What does that look like? The vague accusations, the sweeping accusations, not helpful, not appreciated. Furthermore, bring some clarity. Okay, Beth, you want to talk about it? All right, start naming names. Who are these guys? What did they do? And demonstrate it's systemic. Show us the facts, please. And then state clearly, what do you want? What leadership roles are you talking about? Heading up Sunday school, the worship team, reading from the pulpit. Just say it. But instead, you get this sense of, it's just the old camel under the tent again. The camel's nose under the tent. It's just an broad accusation, huge, big problem. All men are a problem. We need to change this. The Southern Baptist Convention has a bad history. Conservative Christians, all the males, they're misogynists. Clearly, we need to change this. They just don't tell us to what. More from the article, this from the Christian Post. Promoting a woman like Moore, said, Doug, I believe his name is Dwight McKissick, he's a pastor, said that promoting a woman like Moore would send a well-needed message to Southern Baptist women. Look, I'm not Southern Baptist, but I've been to enough Southern Baptist churches. I don't know what's going on in there, but it's like, okay, how are these Southern Baptist churches treating women? What do you want, Doug? What are you asking for, Dwight? Rather, what are you saying here? Quote: to elect Beth Moore would do more to heal our convention, seal women within our convention who have lost hope, and right historic patterns of wrong toward women without compromising qualifications, integrity, competency, or scripture. And that is why all Christian women need to stop embezzling money. Did you hear it again? Who's doing these things? Yes, we'll correct those things, but quit accusing and bring some facts, please. That's all we're asking for. It will seal women in our convention who have lost hope. Well, why did they lose hope? Hope of what? Hope of attaining what office? What role? What are we talking? Deacons? Deaconesses? What do you want here? We're not being told. And sorry, if history repeats itself, and it tends to, we've heard promises. All we really want is, and then the next thing you know, they want a little more once they get that, and then they want a little more. Where are we going here? Why don't you tell us the end game before we all get on this train? I'm not sure that metaphor worked. The questions are we there yet? This is Dwight McKissick. Or do we have to wait 100 more years, hyperbole, and experience more of God's judgment? All right, I don't know if the SBC is under God's judgment. Albert Mohler seems to think that the SBC is. I know of a few cases, and please note, I'm not taking a side on this, but I'm just telling you, at Southwestern Baptist Theological Seminary, Paige Patterson, there's two sides to that story that I don't know have both been heard with equal voice. Nevertheless, he's an example. I think there's some other Southern Baptists who, I know, it was the president of the something SBC who had some sort of inappropriate relationship. We don't know what it was because he wouldn't disclose it. Okay, so there's some men who have presumably, there was no hearing, but presumably have done some sexist things. That makes the entire Southern Baptist Convention suspect? That makes every Christian man a part of this judgment? SEBTS recently elected a woman as chairman of their trustee board. That's a Southern Baptist division. Progress is being made. Serving as an ex officio officer of SBC and titles trustee boards is one of the duties of the SBC president. By already permitting women trustees and a woman chairperson, the precedence is already set. There it is. That would be the camel's nose. So we got it at a lower level. Now we want it at the level of president. And again, I'm happy to have that conversation. I think it's a worthwhile conversation. But I don't think that's the heart of the issue. There's more going on here. By the way, the Southern Baptist Convention is also going to be wrestling with another issue, and that is the issue of racism. That is also the issue of reparations. That America, however you define that, owes a group of people. Well, they won't say what because there's no number attached. It doesn't indicate a mule and 40 acres. What are we talking about here? We don't know. Furthermore, the accusation that that there's a systemic racism problem in our country and specifically in our churches, I got to tell you, that just offends me. I will say this again. I have been running in conservative circles for a long time, and I have never heard even a hint or a smack of anybody saying any sort of double entendre about women, any sort of hint about the women in the whatever, that at home, they should be at home vacuuming. Not even a whiff of that. And so, if you're concerned about issues between men and women, black and white, please make your case with facts and then tell us exactly what it is you want. That would forward this conversation a lot. Be praying for the Southern Baptist Convention. And until tomorrow, go serve your king. Shout out to our gospel partners. It is your ongoing monthly support that allows us to do Wretched Radio every single day and provide the broadcast, the entire program, for free to anybody on iTunes, Android, or at our website. Thank you for being a gospel partner. If you enjoy or benefit from Wretched Radio, would you please consider joining those partners so that we can continue to preach the gospel? Simply visit wretched.org.